So last night I was hanging around town. It started off pretty good. I met a guy and offered to help me surf the binary a couple of times. And I met some other people and they helped shake up the snow globe a bit. And then I went to the bus stop at McDonald's in the other side of town, outside of Northbridge. And there were some homeless people there, white dudes, some black dudes. It was all good. And he offered us some cones, so we had some cones. And you know, I was sharing mandarins and food and whatnot. And we're all chatting and it was good enough vibes. And I was like, you know, we are family. Singing, you know, we are Dahadi. And that same day, you know, this past week, I worked my ass off in this job really hard to make ends meet. I killed myself filling up a whole entire van, a huge van, zippy van, full of waste, covered in barbs from the fucking palms. I got paid about $3.60 out of that. $4 something altogether I had afterwards, $4.30. I was going to save it for a laptop so I can do some editing for the channel, get the word out, try some positive input and try to help. And found this laptop for $125 and it was really good and up to scratch for what I need for editing, maximum output. And yeah, basically that fell through. I mean, the guy just said maybe don't come and pick it up yet because he needs to do an update or something, so I don't know now. So anyway, I had the money and yesterday I thought, you know what, fuck it, I went to JB Hi-Fi. They had some pretty cheap SD cards, 64 gigs, which certainly beats my 16 gig card, 64 gigs. So I bought that, bought some headphones for 25 so I can just listen. So I've got a nice like gaming set that you put on, but I want something smaller. Right now I need that. So I grabbed that, and that was $50. Yeah, and then I grabbed a $50 portable power station for charging the USB ports, and I put that in the bag. And there was also a charger cable already in the bag with a plug, a wall plug with a USB socket. So I got the power station, I bought the SD card, which actually is still in my phone. That's good. But and then I met someone later and they had a headphones, Bluetooth headphones, really nice, better than the ones I bought. So I thought, fuck it, I gave them $30, bought that. So I had two headphones to about altogether $55. I had the power station, $105. I had a video game, I haven't bought one in a while. It was Battleground Star Wars #2 for PlayStation 4. I thought, you know, I'll treat myself to a game. Got that, $25. That's about $130. Inside the bag I had, besides food and drink, I had my wallet, so my Medicare, my expired learner's permit, but it's still proof of age nonetheless. And my wallet, that, Medicare, bank card. Haven't cancelled it because, you know what, I'm owning it. I'm just going to let them rate me on this one. And plus I tried calling and eventually, and it's too early to call them apparently. So my wallet was in the bag and my car keys. Currently got a ticket yesterday on my van, which is parked illegally, and I had to probably got a ticket on my red car that's just off the freeway somewhere, because down a side street, because it ran out of water on account of it pissing out, quite literally, a hole in the radiator. Plus I had no oil, the battery died. That was a few days ago, so that's been sitting there now for 3 days. Probably got tickets, might even be removed. So my keys to both the car and the van that I'm living out of was in the bag, alongside the two headphones, the power station, my charging cable and socket plug thing, everything, and food, and video game. And yeah, basically these guys are having an argument at the bus stop, the dealer, over some money that was owed probably, I don't know. And I said to them, because they were just arguing and it was escalating, I said to them, guys, just 3 things you gotta focus on. And they're like, whoa, 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 who are you? What the fuck? I'm like, dude, just hear me out. 3 things you gotta focus on is your respect for each other. You know what I mean? Dignity, respect, your intention, and communication. Respect, intention, communication. Which I think helped a bit. And then I went to the side, and because I've been doing these talks, every time I have an idea, I just share. I just had the cone, so I was a little bit high. Basically, I thought, you know, I'll do a quick video on that. Whenever you have a problem with someone, you just remember, you know, I respect you, otherwise I wouldn't be talking to you, you know, generally speaking. So you remember those 3 things: respect, your intention, talking with them, why you're talking, and trying to move towards that objective, and communication. Respectful communication with clear intentions in mind. And I started talking about it, and then I started walking off from the bus stop outside Macca's. Started doing a little bit of sing-along, fucking on the spot, dancing, jumping, clicking my heels, and then I realized, after literally jumping up so much and clicking my heels and singing about it, I was like, oh, hang on, why am I so light? Why am I jumping so much? And then I was like, bam, fuck, and I bolted back. By that point, altogether, by the time I got back, 7 minutes had elapsed. Everyone was gone, except the dealer guy and his mate. And everything was gone. My bag is gone. My wallet, my keys to my cars illegally parked. One that I had to fix today, the radiator, power station, my game, my headphones, and even my charging cable. So that was a bit sucky, and I ran around frantically, filing, checking out intersections, looking, hunting. Couldn't find anyone. Found a few people, or saying, oh, this guy took it, he's got it. I have a feeling really what happened, the guy that's saying took it, he's the pacifist of the group, the one that shared the cones. Friendly guy. I imagine the people that were there, given the chemistry, given the mathematics, basic equation, people would have handled on him, in a sense, turned him upside down, like in Robin Hood, trying to shake and list, which was change. It would have been like, oh, give me that, yeah, give me that, give me that. They would have just divided it. Because everyone's story was putting on this one guy, and I bet you when I find the guy, if I find the guy ever, he would be like, oh no man, I don't know what happened. You know what I mean? I don't know. I bet you that's what would happen. Yeah, there was a few people giving me clues, and it was in contradiction to what they were actually saying was the clue. I could just read their body language and their defensiveness and getting aggro at me for no reason whatsoever, that they were holding out on something, getting defensive and insecure about that, guilty. So I didn't find it. I reported it. Yet to cancel my card. But it sucks, you know, because I lost it because I was shooting a video trying to do this channel, and I bought the power station so I can keep my phone, my camera charged on the go. Now that I'm living at my van, you know, it's tricky always having to find somewhere and sit for hours to charge it at a docking port. So I was trying to just do good, and I'm trying to get everything together so I can do good even better, so I can hopefully achieve something great for everyone, for humanity, at least individually, spiritually, psychologically, emotionally. And because I was shooting that video and I got so caught up, the people I was just hanging out with and singing, we are family, we are daddy, not so daddy, bro, cleaned me out. So then I meet this guy and he's like, oh, I'll help you, you know, find the guys, you know, and this guy is saying he can change this, he can make the clouds evaporate. Older black fella. He's like saying that he can help, you know, saying look at the way the crows are, you know, the crows are this direction, we'll go this direction. We walked around a bit, didn't really take it too far, didn't take us too far. And I said to him that, you know, if you find it, if you get the stuff, like, I'll give you fucking money, like 50 plus, whatever, you know. And fucking, basically, it was like, alright. And this other guy who I was chatting with earlier in the night, the one that first helped me surf binary, he offered to $20 to me to give to the other guy if he finds it, you know. Or it was meant for me, but if I get my stuff back, I'll give it to the other guy. The other guy just took that. He just gave it to him. For all I know, he was in on it and he was deliberately sending this guy to take me with him so that everyone else would have time to fucking, well, I'd just be outside the area that they know the people are at, maybe. Sent me in a goose chase. And I felt like he was holding out a bit, I'm not sure. Said a few contradictory things and then arced up at me for no reason when I asked about what he said. And I started pressing for it because I listened. And I remembered he was saying they shouted fuck off, they had the bag, and then all of a sudden, no, this guy said he saw a group of people who said fuck off and had the bag. But then he says, oh, I was on the bridge and I saw it. So I don't fucking know. Contradictory accounts. I couldn't question him on it because it was a sore spot that made him, it elicited anger in his response. So that didn't, it gave me a clue. And I think everyone divided it up and everyone's like, well, you know what, either way, I'm going to have to do a dog act to someone. I'd rather betray this soft guy who will take it and minimal repercussions as opposed to this clan of people on the street who I'm around all the time. And there'll be more repercussions. So I get it. And you know, I get it as my problem. It shouldn't have to become anyone else's problem. But he didn't like the fact that I was listening and he slipped and he kept referring to they had it and then saying, well, no, I didn't see anyone. And he had it. And so, well, he cannot be a they. Unless we're talking like split here. So this guy's walking me around, showing me the sky and taking me to where they eat. And, you know, I said to him, fucking, I give him whatever to make up for his effort, his time. Either way, I give him half the money, 10-10, and he agreed, but for some reason he wouldn't let me hold it. Because he insisted he will find it. He just knew he'd find it, and he said he would find me and then give me the 10. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. So, at the end, I get to the place where they're all eating. There's this woman there, and actually, fortunately, she gave me this charger with a cord. Hopefully it worked. And I think, why is this girl being so generous unless she's in the know, you know? But maybe she's been kind. So, because she seemed like she knew these people and she had intel and she said, I will get it back for you, yep, and for money and blah, blah, blah. Just give me, and then she was like talking to people and she seemed pretty engaged with what she already had more to say than she had to ask people, you know what I mean? Like, okay. So anyway, her friend asked, can I use your phone? I'm like, sure. And this is after I've already talked about my situation and explained that I've just been robbed and my keys are gone, my wallet's gone, everything's gone. I lend her my phone to use Facebook, turn on my mobile data and log out and give her the phone. Keep an eye on it. For 1 minute I veer her out of the entrance to talk to someone. And I look and I suddenly realize that the covering on my phone, the case, has been opened and it's ajar. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then she froze up when I looked. And I went there and I grabbed the phone. I saw in her hand the baggie with a bit of green that I got from the other guy, just a little bit. And I'm like, wow. So I've had all my shit stolen. You guys know this. Your friend just gave me this power station for whatever reason. Your friend that knows more than she's letting on, maybe. And then now you've asked to use my data, and on top of that, now you're trying to steal what little left I have to fucking ease away the blues, ease away the pain. Not that I use drugs or potent foods to hide and escape, but right now I don't give a fuck. It will help round off the edge. So I'm like, wow. And I took the thing, and the first thing I said to her was like, darling, I touched her, and I said, darling, it's okay, I'm not judging you. She's like, oh, what? Can't, no, it just fell open. I'm like, darling, and I said, it's okay. And then her friend, the one who gave me the power station, is like, oh, dog, yeah, nah, you fucking, now just because you had some guy steal everything off him, he's saying every black fella is a thief. And I'm like, what the fuck? I said, dude, I just said, no judgment, whether you took it or not. I'm not judging, it's fine. I said that just like, let's move on, everything's fine. No, issue. Some other guy's getting up in my face, someone that communicates through varying tones of like, yeah, you're okay, bro, you're okay, I'll fucking smash you, I'll rip out your throat and fucking cut you into bits, you fucking... It was just, it was like he confused the lines between just normal talk and really explicitly violent threats, so that's all good. So he's in my face and these girls are going off at me, and the girl ends up like, give me back the power station, yeah, my sister needs it. And I just felt like saying like, oh, sorry, it accidentally just slipped out. It pretty much just slipped out of out of my pocket. Yeah, totally. Just like my phone totally slipped open, which it doesn't. It's really difficult to open it. So you have to wrestle with it. So to add salt to my wounds and insult to injury, you know, it's insane. There's people, it's all that kinship and camaraderie and family, but then they just take and take and take with exceedingly ravenous paws. You know what I mean? Like, and they just reduce you down, even though they know you're at the end of your tether and it's fucked and it's not right. They'll still take their cut without any thought. So then I thought, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna walk off. And then the guy who started off being all cool and mystical and about crows and shit, he comes to me and follows me after I go, and he's like, because I asked him before I left, I said, can I grab that 10? Like, can we split it? He's like, oh, I'll come to you, man, I will find it, I'll bring it. We had a deal. I'm like, yeah, we had a deal. If you find it, then I'll give you the money. Like, otherwise, and I said, if you don't find it for your effort, I'll split it 10-10, because I don't have anything on me except $1.10. So he wouldn't do that, and eventually, right at the end, he was like, he just gave me the 20. And then, like, he follows me, he's like, oh, but you got to give me that green. You got to give me that stuff. And I'm like, dude, like, what the fuck? Like, I don't have anything. I've given you the 20, even though you promised that you're going to meet up with me, and then I can give you the 10 there and then, and there's no reason for you not to do it, but you're not doing that, which brings conflict in my mind. Like, why wouldn't he? And now you're asking for what little I have left, and like, and I said to him, you know, what next? Do you want my phone? Do you want my fucking outfit? Do you want my hat? You know? I was at that point, I was rope and he just kept hounding me. After I gave him the 20, I said, dude, don't worry about it. I gave him the $20 back that he gave me, just to shut him the fuck up. And he just keeps hounding me, come on bro, me and my brothers, give us some coins. I'm like, dude, it's a little bit. I was going to give that just as thanks and like $50 to you, you know, for like finding my stuff for me, getting it back. And it's just